Alright, so today I'm going to make a little video of how I put on the portawalls, which are the bootleg Whitewalls from way back in the day that are still hanging around and giving us a chance to have some affordable white walls on vehicles with decent radial tires, not having to deal with all the bias ply stuff. So I got over here I got some old ones from my old car. I got some new ones that I'm putting on currently. After about a year and a half, 2 years, you'll start getting little cracks and frays along the edges. So you can see here, I don't know if you can see too well the lighting, but there's little cracks and it's breaking down the rubber itself. I mean, that's going to happen. We're in New Mexico, sun is vicious. No humidity. Don't know how they work well everywhere else, but here they're pretty good. They actually last long enough. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is my little remote, so I'm gonna put the camera down and get to it. Alright. So first thing you wanna do, if you have new tires, you're gonna have no problem right away. You can go to Harbor Freight, get this cheapo little tire changer, put the wheel in there. It's pretty apparent. You're going to break the bead. It's a bead breaker. This is the tire changing mechanism, but this is the bead breaker. Use the long pole, get leverage. If you have a place to mount it, that's cool. I don't. I just hold the top when I pop the tires, so that works for me. 40 bucks, save me all the drama. Now if you have old tires, which technically these are old tires because I already had them installed once, but if you have old tires, you want to prep the inside of your rim so it's clean, not dirty. All this inside lip needs to be clean. There's no question about that. This way you get a good seal. You also, if your tires are really dirty, I use a real good heavy duty base cleaner like Purple Power, Simple Green, some kind of a base cleaner that gets in the rubber, turns orange, and then comes right off, and you get all the grime off. That'll allow it to seat better against the white wall. And with new white walls, you're going to seat well against the rim bead. So where I was getting to is I had a problem yesterday that these ones I had already prepped the surfaces both and taken the white walls out when I put them onto these new the rims. What it was, they stuck so good. This little guy wasn't getting it. This isn't a wide enough section here, so yeah, I had to go to a tire shop where they actually have the like an 8 to 10 inch wide section that goes on the whole thing, pops the bead, and it only took them a second. For me, it was going to take forever. But when they were first on the other rims, brand new, again, it just popped right off, and then the bead comes off, and there you're good. Leave the back bead on. Back bead, if you install the tire, that's great because it'll make it easier to get air pressure in and push that bead out instead of fighting with both beads. If you did that, which I have done before, you get a tie strap, wrap it around, maybe like a 2-inch, 3-inch tie strap, roll it around, lock it up, and it'll pull the tire in, which pushes the beads out, which will help you seat the actual bead when you need to do it. So okay, so we got the tire down, enough talking. Then we'll come in with the white wall. You can see it doesn't fit. What we're trying to do here is get it in on one side. You can take just that top third, get it in, and then work your way around. Very flexible. You can see the flex, so it's going to move more than enough you need to get in there. We're in. You just kind of guide it into place. Just give it an idea where kind of center is, because we're going to have to align it later and reset them and all that. But get that. Then you come take a drink of your Canada Dry. And get the valve stems that you took out so you could get the air out of there really fast. Now, tricky part is basic tire stem. I took it out. That was the best way to get the air out instead of sitting there pushing it out. Install the stem. Do not over tighten. These don't need tons of torque. They just need to be seated. with a good twist. Tension, tad bit more. You can tell by the little rubber strip on that stem that you don't need a lot of power. It's basically just a little seal. There we go, straight. Come around this way. And give it some air. Go slow. You go like that much, you can just watch the tires inflating, pushing out the white wall. We don't have the bead set yet. I don't need 200 pounds of pressure. I'm okay. I can leave that off of the video. Okay, as you can see, it's raised. I don't know if you can see too well, but here it's sticking out. It's actually even flapping above it, and there's this little lip here. You kind of want it to seat like this one is, where that little lip that's there, you want that to be kind of flush with your edge. So what's going to happen here is, looks like we seated our bead. Yeah. Okay. It didn't pop in because everything's nice and clean and fresh. Good scuffing and stuff too will make a nice pop. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't gauge that it is functioning properly by that. So now I'm going to take the stem back out. Okay, put those to the side. Don't let them get dirty or grimy, because a little piece of sand in that will definitely not be your friend. Simple as that. Made it's a rubber mallet. It's already rubber. Okay, so it might be overkill, but I've done this every time. I just wrapped multiple baggies, Ziploc baggies, rubber banded them. It just gives me the comfort that it's not gonna bash too hard, damage anything. So let me come a little bit closer here. What we have here, let me find out where I'm at on the camera. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty good there. And it probably would help if I put more light in here, I think. Ooh, wow, 12 more lumens, yay. Okay, so the idea here is you want to push in. Look at that, right away this sunk in and went in. You can do the same thing with this right here at the L. You see how high this lip is here? I can actually get my finger in between it. Just one pop, really. It set it flush with my finger. So what I do is I go around and evenly knock it in, because you want your white wall to be like this. Remember before it was flapping, now it's like snapping back into a flush position. Okay, so, and a problem that I had before was one would want to wrinkle out. All the pressure would build and it would wrinkle and cause this to crease up a little bit. What it was is this was set in too far. That's where if you can set it kind of symmetrically in the middle, you're going to be fine. But like I said, you aim for that bead to be right around the edge. This didn't completely seat, so I think it's going to pop up when we're doing the final air. And but right now everything is pretty flush. You just go around. These I did a quick paint job yesterday. They were all white and they had horrible finish, and I'm not really looking at prime time. I'm just trying to make it look clean, make it match the color of my Volkswagen, and it kind of had this look I wanted to go for a long time ago, and this is the first shot I have at putting it with the white walls, with the matching red for the body. Kind of offset the white on the top, kind of go with the little theme there. Okay, so we put the valve stem back in because we're going to put some more air. See where we're at. There we go. Here comes that lip. See where we're at. 30. Great. Let's go ahead and go a little bit more. Yeah, you don't want to hammer it in while it's full of pressure, because obviously that's putting pressure where it's going to slide. And you don't want it. Oh, really? Okay, so we've got 38. This is the front, so I run them at 36. It's a little bit firmer, but I got enough sidewall for comfort, so it's okay. Bus isn't the lightest vehicle, but it's also not a RV. So, yeah, let's go with that right there. We're good to go. And if you don't like how anything looks or how it's laying, take out the seat. Let the air come back out, which will give you just enough lack of pressure from the inside of the bead of the tire between the rim, the Whitewall, and the rim. So it gives you just enough so it can slide in and out to get your adjustments to center it up. I say to drive under 30 miles an hour, under 40 miles an hour for a few miles. Try to just take your time, cruise it, let the bumps hit, let it pressurize. You really shouldn't have no issues. There should be zero leaks, especially if you have a cleaned rim edge and a clean tire surface, because the Whitewall again comes ready to go. This rubber is very supple, so it's going to grab both of them really easily. And man, that's about it. I don't have much more else to say other than don't overpay for them. You can go to Lucas Tire. There's some eBay, but don't pay $100 for 4 of them. You really should never have to do that. They think they're anywhere between 60 and 80, and all that's reasonable. But again, you don't have to worry. You can get the radial tire and get the Whitewall look. And I almost look at it as a consumable. That's how it goes. Some things are consumables just because of the fact of what they are, like windshield wipers, tires, rubber, especially out here in the Southwest, just goes like nobody's business with its fuel lines and, you know, bushings and all that good stuff. So what you have there is your Whitewall tire mounted, and then I'm gonna take it off and show you what they're gonna look like on the vehicle. And let's go ahead and take this. Yeah, don't mind all the mess. I forgot to mention that, or if I did, well, please forget the mess. Anyways, what we have here, and I'm still recording, my camera shut off on my phone. Lost connection. Searching for a GoPro. Connect. Hey, there you are. Okay, so there we go. Got the Whitewalls on there. It's going to drop down. This is my monster truck back here. Don't worry about that one. That's where it sits stock. Those were the little small tires I had on it before. You can't put Whitewalls on a tire that thin. That's another thing. You need at least they prefer a 75 sidewall. 65 will cut it, but you're going to run across problems where I've seen guys at car shows and they're coming up with their Whitewalls and they had them with a flat. And what happens is when they get a flat, it pushes up, the tire shrinks, pushes out the Whitewall and causes this nasty crease on the edge. So when they actually get the tire repaired or air filled, it keeps a nasty kink, and then you start a split right there, just because of the suppleness. Another thing I do is I kind of put an Armor All, real light. I don't like to use the cakey tire stuff because that seems to just attract way too much grease. So you kind of want to keep them moist in the sense of like a lotion type of an idea, but that's pretty much all I got on there. If you have any questions or anything, just holler at me. It's just another dude does stuff on his own, trying to help show people what's going on. Of course, there's the mess. I got to clean this thing up. It's not ready to be taken to that VW show this weekend. So again, here's just all my toys, and I wanted to show you how to do the Whitewalls my way, at least what I learned. And I got some videos offline, and I figured I would just do it from a person that doesn't have a shop, just does stuff out of their little garage for their own self and wants to save a few bucks and look pretty slick. All right, and yeah, now the other part, I'm doing my hubcaps. I got the Harbor Freight polisher, and that's been pretty good for me. I used a bench grinder. You can use that forever too, and these hubcaps came out really clean. I was running these big old 14-inch moons on it, and they're cool, but those were from my little hot rod. And I don't think I have anything more for you guys, but like I say, if any questions or anything, just holler at me. All right, man, have a good one.